Yo, how's everyone doing? Welcome back for some more Forza Horizon 3. Today I'm sharing with you one of the cars from the Hoonigan Car Pack, and yes, over 100 people liked my comment on yesterday's video way before I even got home from work, so I did, as promised, get the Hoonigan Car Pack, and the first car that I really wanted to play around with and drive was this 1991 Hoonigan Porsche 911 Turbo, and the reason for that is, statistically to me it looked like the only car that would really be good for racing, so this was definitely the first car I wanted to drive because, as you probably know, I'm not the biggest drifter, I'm not very good at it, and I don't drift very often, and I just don't really care to, so the drift cars I'm going to save for last for sure, but this is probably the only really good race car from this pack. So I did want to point out that you can take the vinyls off simply by changing the paint color, but there is only one stock paint option for this particular car, but it's kind of annoying because even if you just want to put tints on the car, it removes all of the vinyls, not just the window stickers, so I wish that was a little bit more customizable and that you had more options of what you can do with the paints and the window tints and all that stuff, because if you change any piece of the car, all the vinyls go away, but you cannot change the looks of the car at all. But man, I have to say, I love the interior on this thing, the red, black, and then the white paint. I mean, this whole car just looks so good, and I've said that before, red, black, and white to me is just such a nice combination, but the interior on this car is absolutely beautiful, and I'm not huge on the wheels, the stock wheels that they have on this thing. Now, I do like the red color, but I can certainly get over that. But look at this. I mean, I thought that was funny. The motor here in the pack, it says, "Hooning is not a crime." I mean, I thought that was so funny when I saw that. And this huge wing, right when I saw that, it reminded me of the 1995 GT2 from the Porsche Car Pack. And obviously, I hate the huge wings. I've said that many times. But just the way the back end of this car is designed, it actually kind of goes with the car, and it gives it a really unique feel and a very unique look. But I had to sit in the car again, man. The interior is just beautiful, but I really do like this car overall. The looks of it are pretty awesome, and I think it's just the cleanest car out of all 7 of the Hoonigan cars, because I'm not someone who's crazy about having millions of window stickers and all kinds of crazy vinyls, but this thing is just clean and simple. It just looks so nice, and I just like it a lot. But we gotta talk about the performance of this thing, because that is something that really impressed me overall. Definitely not a perfect race car, but it is a lot of fun to drive. So you're actually gonna see 2 races. First, you're gonna see a circuit race, a 3-lap circuit race, and then after that, you're gonna see a sprint race, and then we're gonna end off with plenty of free roam gameplay, because this car's sounds are absolutely amazing. This thing sounds so good and pretty unique overall too. It sounds kind of similar, I guess, to some of the other Porsches, but it certainly is unique. And these are some awesome races, especially the sprint race that is coming up after this circuit race. They're all very close races though, and they were a ton of fun. But this thing makes 400 torque, 385 horsepower. It weighs less than 3,000 pounds, but considering this thing is rear-wheel drive, it's a very good thing once again that another Porsche has more weight in the back of the car than the front, and this thing is pretty good. I mean, 60% of the weight is in the back of this thing, and that's pretty much what made me think, okay, this is definitely not going to be a drift car. This should be a very good race car, and that is certainly the case. I mean, this car is in the middle of the S1 class, and it's actually classified as an extreme track toy, which if I looked at this car, I would never think of it as that, but that is what it's classified as. And honestly, playing this circuit race right here, it kind of does feel like an extreme track toy. I still don't think it looks like one, but it certainly feels like an extreme track toy. So I gotta say, man, this thing performs very well. The launch, as you saw in the beginning of this race, and you're gonna see it again once the sprint race gameplay gets here, the launch is fantastic. I mean, the gearing feels good in this thing. It does shift slowly. That's definitely one weakness, but it launches perfectly, and I have to say I love that. You can barely tell that this thing is rear-wheel drive. It honestly feels like all-wheel drive, and it feels grippier than some all-wheel drive cars that I've driven in the past. The grip going around turns is very good, and the car turns very well. It handles good, it's very responsive, and that is always very nice. Now, the braking is good in this thing. It's nothing amazing, nothing to write home about, but what do you notice about this racing gameplay? Well, the Drivatars are pretty much always right on top of me, and the reason for that is the acceleration actually isn't all that great with this car. Now it makes a lot of torque, so it launches good, but it doesn't make a ton of horsepower, so it just doesn't keep pulling as hard as you would like it to. So the top speed's about 180, which isn't awful. I mean, that's okay. It certainly could be faster, but that is a decent top speed, but the acceleration just getting there really isn't that great. The car does feel a little bit sluggish. It doesn't feel terribly slow, but you certainly notice when you race against some of the higher difficulty Dravatars in Forza Horizon 3. So this sprint race right here is probably one of the best races I've ever done in Forza Horizon 3. The finish is super close once again, which I've been having a lot of crazy races lately, but this entire race was just crazy. I was pretty much fending off Dravatars literally the entire time, and that is where having a headset comes in handy because you can hear where cars are coming from. But to summarize the performance of this thing, the grip and the handling characteristics are very good, the braking's good enough, and the car just responds very well. It can go around turns really easily, and although it's rear-wheel drive, the grip is perfectly good when you launch the car, when you go around sharper turns, but the one weakness is mainly that acceleration. The top speed's okay, but the acceleration just is not all that amazing. So I do like the car a lot, but the good thing is we have plenty of room to work with this thing to get it to the top of the S1 class. So basically all you're going to want to do is make this thing faster. Just make it shift faster, make it accelerate faster, and you're pretty much going to be good to go, as long as you maintain the grip, which I honestly don't see that being an issue with how good the grip is when this car is stock. But I want everyone to enjoy the rest of this racing gameplay. The only other thing I want to quick say is the gearing ratios also feel very good, but just the acceleration makes it feel a little bit sluggish at times. So I really hope that everyone enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this Porsche 911 Turbo from the Hoonigan Car Pack. Let me know what other cars from the Hoonigan Car Pack you would like to see me cover next. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and also thank you for making me get this Hoonigan Car Pack by doing those 100 likes on the comment from the last video, because if not, I honestly would not have gotten this car pack. But so far, after just one car, I am really enjoying it and really loving it, and I had a ton of fun driving this Porsche around today. So as always, once again, thank you so much for being here. Comment Hoonigan if you made it to this point in the video, but have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all again very soon. Peace out.